Hello, hello, and thank you for joining the Fairy Coach Tarot channel today for another interactive tarot. Today is Monday, and Mondays we look at work, career, professional life. We have another pick a deck, right? Or pick a card, however you want to call it. People call it pick a card, pick a deck. So I use both just to see which one you like best. So you pick your deck. It's interactive. We have these three beautiful decks today. We have the three fairies today. We're working with the blue, the yellow, and the purple fairy. So what we do is we work at the general energies around your professional life. What's the advice, as well as the challenges that could become opportunities or obstacles, right? That could become these opportunities, and also the step forward. So the recommended first step to take, right? So we honor whatever cards come up. Maybe only three come up, maybe more come up. So always honoring what is the guidance from spirit at this time. Now, I started adding oracle cards to these readings. We do have oracle cards or oracle reading Wednesdays, right? That where we only do a pick a pile of different oracle cards to get those messages. But I find that perhaps adding one oracle card at the end of every reading gives you that extra little bit of extra guidance, right? So for work and career, we have the manifestation cards from The Secret. So we are also going to get one of those at the end of every reading of the fairy that you pick or the deck, okay? All right, so let's get started. As always, I recommend that you are in a place where you're undisturbed, that you can be relaxed and we can connect energetically. Remember, even though we cannot be in the same physical place, we can still connect energetically. So if you are in a place where you're undisturbed, where you can put your attention into the video, into picking your deck, and also remind you that this is a general collective reading, so take what resonates. All right. And I always do a little exercise and I ask you to join me. So I roll my shoulders back to release tension and gently move the neck from side to side, right? Sometimes also forward, kind of like saying yes, looking up if that feels good to you. And now it's when we ground, center, and connect with the breath. So let's take a deep inhale in through the nose together. Hold for a couple of seconds and gently exhale, elongating that exhale. And what's best is doubling the exhale compared to the inhale. All right? So now, choose the deck or the fairy that calls you. I try to move the fairies a little bit so you can see more of the back of the decks. Although sometimes what's in the front of the cards doesn't have much to do with the back of the decks, but it's always good to look at them. All right. You have picked your deck? Okay, let's begin with the blue fairy for those of you who want those messages. All right. And then after that, we'll get the guidance from the oracle as well. Okay, so let's get started with this deck. I move it a little bit. Remember, the space has been prepared before the video, but I always move it a little bit to let them know it's time to wake up and go to work. All right, let's set the intention. We would like guidance for our professional life, for work, career, projects. We ask for general guidance. We also want to know what obstacles or challenges we're facing that can become our opportunities, as well as what is the recommended first step to take. in love and light for our greatest good. All right. Okay, we have two cards as the main guidance. And the telling us what the energies are around our professional life. Now let's look at those obstacles or challenges that we can make into opportunities. And again, we have two cards here. And now, what is the guidance? What is the first step forward that we should be taking at this time? Okay, one card. All right. Let's look at who answered for the main guidance, the main advice, what's going on. So we have Major Arcana 13, that's the Death card, and Major Arcana 10, that's the Wheel of Fortune. So two Major Arcana, knock, 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 knock. I always do this. So you remember these messages that come from the Major Arcana are just major messages, so more impactful, major guidance here. Please, I always ask when the Death card, the Devil card, or the Tower come out, please do not be scared. The tarot cards, there are not good or bad tarot cards. Each card has its light and its shadow. And the way I use tarot, and I want to always emphasize this in my videos, is that tarot is a tool. And what's important is the reader and how they are using it. So I don't subscribe that there is only one way to do tarot. No. Each reader has their essence, the way they use it. Um, I really do not subscribe or buy into tarot can only be predictive, tarot can only be therapeutic, there is only this way, these questions to ask. No, 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 no. It's a tool, and each reader, each professional tarot reader uses it in one specific way. So always make sure if you're purchasing a reading or you are going to see a tarot reader that you ask, what is their method? How are they using it? What it is that they are using it for? For me, I don't use it in a predictive way, no predictions. The reason being is because although I think there are some aspects of destiny and fate in our lives, right? And we have even some karmic lessons, the future is fluid. You have the greatest gift of all, that it is choice and free will. So you shape your future by the choices you make. You shape it, you create it, you co-create it with the Great Spirit, right? So always we keep that in mind. So that is why I don't do predictive readings. I work with spirit. They are divinatory, and divination in the way that we talk with the divine. This is a conversation with the divine. We get messages, we get guidance from spirit guides, angels, guardians, the Holy Spirit, the Great Spirit, the universe, however you want to call this. So it's divinatory in that we get the messages. And then I also use a lot of reflection. I'm a board certified coach, so that's why I ask a lot of coaching questions too. To help you get more empowered and make the choices that you find are best for you and your life at this time. So all of this is spilled to let you know, do not be afraid of the Death card, the Major Arcana 13. It's because we're asking what is this card brings us for advice. So what is the advice of the Death card, Major Arcana 13, about how the energies are around your work and around your professional career or those projects. And the Death card is asking for transformation, for major change here. That is what it is saying. There is an energy around that says it is time for transformation and major change. And one thing that it is letting us know that it's for a lot of people, the change is sometimes never easy, right? It can be hard, but with change comes that transformation many times, and it is necessary. So, this major arcana 13 is asking you for transformation around your work. And it is saying this could be maybe changing jobs, maybe changing fields or professions, right? Maybe this means not actually changing your job, but changing the position that you have in the company you work in, right? Perhaps it's saying there is a transformation to be made if you are an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, if you have your own side project, side hustle here. That is, the transformation is the way you are approaching it needs to be changed. All right, something needs to be cut and changed and transformed. So ask yourself right now, when you hear these words, transformation and change around your work week, what does that mean to you? What do you truly feel that needs to be changed and transformed? All right. Very important. Now, we have another major arcana supporting that major arcana 13, that it is 10, that it's the Wheel of Fortune, right? And this is a very positive card because it is a card of changes too, right? The Wheel of Fortune, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down in life, and the wheel is always going. However, the difference here is that when the Wheel of Fortune appears, sometimes it means that it is a change that we invite, right? And um, that it is letting us know it's going to be a positive change. Now, the major arcana 13 and death, that it's more about transformation, also points at change. Sometimes that change can come with sadness. That can be a change that is harder to accept, right? That does not mean it's a bad change. It's harder to accept. It may be a little bit more painful. But what does the Wheel of Fortune add to the message of this transformation that you are invited to make towards your professional life? And it is actually a message bringing you that hope of like, yes, if you make the transformation and the changes required around your work, your project, you change certain things to a point. It's not only change, it's transformation, that it is different. It's gonna bring positive changes all around, right? So by you embracing this transformation and say, if you have a project, the way I have been approaching it is not working, or it's not the best way. How can I transform it? And to transform sometimes is tear it all down and start new. If it is that you're working for a company, you're working somewhere, ask yourself, are you happy in your position? And if you're not, what would you transform? Would you stay in the same company? Would you just change positions? Or if you are happy, how can you transform your work to make it to the next level, to the next goal you're going? Or perhaps you're happy with the position you have, the work you have, and this is asking for another transformation about maybe there is a calling that you're having to start a side business, a side hustle, a hobby that could become something else, a project. So, how can you use this energy, this momentum of transformation to change all of that? And by doing that, you will discover that it opens the door to different changes. And sometimes it doesn't only change the work, it changes you and the path of your life. It brings other things. Um, I was doing a tarot reading a while back for somebody that we were looking at a change for work, right? And the Wheel of Fortune appeared. And time passes, and that person let me know Those changes by changing work, actually something other changes appeared in their life, and it was actually a romantic relationship, a new group of friends as well. So sometimes one change in your life adds to different changes that may come with it. So just letting you know. All right, now let's look at the obstacles or challenges that could become opportunities. And who answers our call? Oh, wow, you're all getting major arcana cards. Wow, wow, wow. You're getting the magician and the fool. So a lot, you got the death card, the wheel of fortune, now the magician and the fool. You saw me shuffling these cards. They were shuffled and prepared before, and wow, wow, wow. Four major arcanas. Wow. So obstacles, challenges that can become opportunities. So the magician is the principal one answering the call, and the fool is supporting this message. And the magician is all about creation, creating, manifesting the life that they want. Think of the greatest wizard of all, like the greatest magician, when we think about the Merlin, right, in the Arthurian legend. Merlin always seems to be the greatest magician of all, right? So Merlin was very powerful. He could create, influence, and this is what this card brings to you, right? So it's mainly telling you that your obstacles or challenges that you see are in reality opportunities to create and change the course of things, right? So question to ask yourself, what obstacles or challenges do I feel I am encountering right now? Maybe it is working with a certain coworker. Perhaps it is um, the boss that you have. Perhaps it is that you are not really into the type of work you're doing. So think about the challenges and obstacles, the ones that you can think about, not the ones that Terry is telling you, but the ones you can think about. And now it is about changing that mindset and turning them into resources and opportunities for you. All right. So turning your challenges and opportunities into resources for you. So think about about all these challenges, what are they trying to teach you, right? What are they trying to tell you, about your job, right? Perhaps if you're having difficulties with somebody at work, another personality type, and it is hard to work with them, what are they teaching you? They are teaching you maybe new communication skills to approach things different. Maybe they are teaching you patience. Many times, these difficult people at work teach us patience. And maybe they are also teaching you that you are not happy in that place, in that position, in that company, or in that department. And maybe it is time to really transform, invite change. So the magician is mostly telling you that you're powerful, that you can't um, influence the changes and the transformation that Harry is requiring. Now, the Fool is adventure, is those new beginnings that are opening. And here we have transformation, positive changes. You are powerful. Take those challenges and transform them really into opportunities. And a new beginning is entering, right? Now, again, I said this is not about predictions. And this is mostly about you getting empowered to use this energy moving forward. So if you have transformation, change, using your resources and to make your challenges your opportunities, and a new leap to something new. Think about it as starting a project, starting a new job, right? Or even this new leap could be that the challenges and that you're finding and the transformation is maybe go up into your current position, maybe going to a managerial position. Maybe if you're in already a manager, go to the top of the hierarchy there, or change departments. Really, a big energy towards change, but towards change that will be positive. This is what the energies are saying. It will be positive. Um, but everything is in your hands too, right? So a lot comes from you, from having the courage to embrace change, even if it's scary and it looks challenging. And now, what's the first step that the tarot recommends us? Wow, now I am almost speechless, and that doesn't happen often. Out of six cards, six major arcana. So we're not only knocking twice, we would have to keep knocking here. So the chariot, right? This energy of moving forward. And this is, I said, what's the next step recommended? Here you have like the fool leading into the chariot is saying, all right, take action, move forward, success is yours, big changes, but it has to come from you. You have to want the change. You have to embrace taking action and moving forward, right? Feeling powerful moving forward. So this is all about action. You know how the knights, when we have the Knight of Wands or knights, are always encouraging action. The chariot is like the top of the knights. It's all about action, action that comes from you, taking the momentum moving forward. All right. And the chariot is a card of success. So it's this chariot that comes in with success. And it is kind of encouraging you to take action and saying success is yours. So let's put it all together really fast. A big transformation needs to take place. The energies are there for it. These changes that lead to transformation can be scary and they can be sometimes painful. But remember, it will open the door to other types of changes that are positive, right? So take charge of the changes and the transformation. Transform those challenges into real opportunities by not being afraid to leap forward, by not being afraid to change, by not being afraid to do the work moving forward, right? And the first step to take is to take action, right? Ask yourself, what are you afraid of? What transformation you know needs to occur, right? And what are the challenges that you are going through right now? And what are they trying to tell you, about the work you do, and about your future work? And encourage yourself, talk to yourself in a way that you are willing to take the next leap. Ask yourself, what's the next step I need to take? And then do it. The chariot is saying, do it, move forward. You got a very positive, extremely impactful reading because it's six major arcanas. So please remember that. All right, so let's get you that oracle cards right now, right? We have the cards of manifestation from The Secret. Please give us guidance in love and light for our greatest good. All right, let's see. Okay, and you got, whoa, you got three messages. So we're gonna honor all of this. All right, so let's see. The first one you got, your job is you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You cannot create other people's lives for them. You cannot think for them. And if you try to force your opinions on others, you will only attract the same happening to you. So let all others create the life they want and focus your unlimited power on creating the most magnificent life for yourself. Yes, this card is telling you to focus on your own life and on creating the changes for you. Focus on all your energy, intention, and power on your life right now. Let's see the second message you got. Life should be effortless. When you are taking action to make something happen, Here you have the Chariot. It will feel hard, as if you're going against the current of a river. Things may feel hard. When you are acting to receive, it will feel as if you're flowing with the current of the river. It will feel effortless. That's the feeling of being in the flow with the universe. Yes. So do not resist change. This is a theme for you. Do not resist the change. Flow, focus on your life and taking that leap forward. And the last message you got, just focus on prosperity. The universe has abundance for you, and it's not your job to work out how the money will come into your life. It's your job to ask, to believe you have received it already, and to feel happy now. Leave the details to the universe on how it will bring it into your life. Yes. Focus on prosperity, on being successful, on you and your life, and flow with the changes. I hope you enjoyed your reading, extremely impactful. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. There may be somebody who needs to hear all of this. Remember, general reading, a reading for the collective. If you want a private session with me, reach out to ask for more information or to book it if it's a live session. Or you can also get a pre-recorded reading through my Gumroad storefront. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's go with the second fairy. That's the yellow fairy today. My colors were failing me. Now, before we do that, let's shuffle these cards a bit, just making sure. We will shuffle them again later, but just alrighty. We'll put them to the side for that second deck. For those of you who picked the yellow fairy, here we go. All right, for those of you who picked the yellow fairy, let's get started. Let's move the cards a little bit. And let's set the intention. We would like guidance for work, professional life, projects, career, in love and light for our greatest good. Tell us also the obstacles and challenges that can be turned into opportunities and the next step that's recommended. All right. Whoa, one took them out. Here we go. We have the main guidance. Now, obstacles and challenges. Oops. They are very jumpy. Here we go. Settle, and we have that recommended next step. Okay, 3 cards, very straightforward. All right, let's see what is the main guidance and who answers our call. The 8 of Pentacles. Look at this beautiful image. Look how he's taking care of the things that he wants to grow, right? In his life. So what is the message of the 8 of Pentacles? What it is telling us about the main energies around work right now, projects, and what is the general advice? And it is this: look, tending to the things that you want, putting your love, your care, your actions. Do not being passive and thinking that it will just magically come. The energies around it says, all right, there is an energy of growth, of abundance, that of the 8 of, that's the earth element, pentacles, of the things that you want, of those resources that you have in your life, the things that you want to manifest. Those things are growing. The energy is there, right? but it is asking for you to make an effort, for you to put your, not only, it's not only about intention here, it is about really doing the parts of caring for things, of tending to them. So the things that are important for you around work right now, make your best, do as much as you can, put love, effort, care, work at it, and it will work for you. This is the main message of this Eight of Pentacles. Now, it is very positive because look at the growth. We are eight abundance, right? So now, what obstacles or challenges are we facing that can be turned into opportunities? And we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is one of my favorite queens, and I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people see her as detached and cold, but no, she knows a strategy. She's loving, she's caring, she's that feminine energy, but she has discernment, she has logic, she has a strategy going for her. So she, to me, she is one of the perfect balances between masculine energy and feminine energy in a way, right? Because she's practical, she's logical, right? She used discernment and observation, but at the same time, she's nurturing. She's loving. She's not as detached as other people. She's just maybe not fluffy, but she uses her mind and her words um, very strategically. So, what is the advice this queen is giving us right now? My apologies, I had to pause the video for a second as my voice was failing me. It happens a lot in the morning, sorry. So, we were talking about the Queen of Swords and what is the advice that is giving us right now towards the challenges and the obstacles we are having. So, the Queen of Swords is telling you that communication right now is very important, right? So, working on your communication skills. This Queen of Swords is very assertive, is very direct, right? Is very to the point. So, the advice of this queen is work on your communication skills. The other thing that this queen is bringing is clarity, is asking you to really get clarity about certain things at work or about or around the projects that you have, right? Not to be impulsive. This is very important. The main guidance here from her is do not be impulsive. Think things through very well, get the clarity you need, and work on your communication. All right. And this will keep helping things grow. Now, what about the next step? What is the next step that is required right now? And we get the Ten of Swords. This is, again, we're continuing with the air element, and the Ten of Swords is about moving forward, endings um, of things that may have been hard, right? So the Ten of Swords is about moving on and moving forward, right? And taking those painful lessons perhaps as fuel, right? What you have learned from the things that have been painful, and take it as fuel, take it as wisdom as you move forward, right? So the Ten of Swords could also be seen as it is the end of very painful challenges, right? And if you have been going through a hard time around work, things have been difficult, or this is kind of a card that brings hope because although it acknowledges that things can have been hard, it gives hope for the direction it's going, right? So, Now, because we ask what is the first step forward. So, the first step forward is that there are some things from your past that need to be left behind, and only you can answer that. What are some things from your past? What are some sometimes conversations, sometimes things that you have been thinking about what needs to be left behind in order for the things that you want towards your work and career to grow, right? How can you get more clarity, right? So, mostly an energy of growth is around you, right? Of growing the things that you want. However, contemplation, prayer, and wishful thinking is not going to be helping this time alone, because for abundance to come you need to put effort, right? And it's about caring, it's about um, reminding yourself where you're going, right? And also how far you've come. Now, one of the challenges is communication. It is asking for clear communication, for discernment, and for you to work on your communication skills, right? Also to get clarity and be straight to the point. And remember that there are some things that are better left in the past. There are some things that do not belong in your future right now when it's about work. And if it has been challenging, if things have been difficult for you, know that this energy moving forward of abundance, of things that can grow, is bringing something new. But it's up to you to make sure that the past stays in the past. So ask yourself, what conversations can I just stop revisiting in my head? What challenges are keep coming into my mind that I have to stop thinking about? How can I close the door into some things that do not belong into my future? So that will bring you clarity right there. And now let's get a message or messages from these manifestation cards that can add to your reading. So please give us guidance moving forward, things that we need to hear for our professional life and work and career. Oh, they're jumpy and they're hard to manage sometimes, these cards. So okay, so one wanted to come out. And who you really are. I am whole, I am perfect, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm loving, I'm harmonious, I'm happy. Yes. And this is so great. This card came out because it's teaching you something. And you can even look at the Queen here of Swords. So every time you say, I am, you are putting yourself in a box in a way. And it could be a pretty box, or you're maybe putting yourself in a difficult box to climb out of. So, what I want you to see here is that everything that the I am is, all these affirmations are very powerful. I am whole. I am perfect. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm loving. I'm harmonious. I'm happy. And this is why some people really believe in affirmations and they can be powerful, is because when you say I am, whatever follows that I am can really put you in a prison and in a cage, or it can empower you. So this card reminds you of what you are, but it's also telling you, and this is why I'm saying the Queen could come to a play here, how you talk to yourself. So start talking to yourself in ways that build you up. Do not tear yourself down. And these could also be challenges that you may be facing. What type of communication are you saying to yourself? Are you tearing yourself down, or are you building yourself up? So build yourself up Use communication not only to others, not only to build others up, but build yourself up. You know, be assertive like this queen more when you talk to yourself. Abundance is within your reach. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, or share the message. Somebody may need to hear this. And know that I offer private online sessions that can be done either by phone or video call or chat if that's what you prefer, as well as pre recorded readings. Ask me for more, comment below, or just go to my website or my storefront at Gumroad and get your reading. All right. Now let's look at the last deck for those of you who picked. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm putting the cards away. For those of you who picked the purple fairy, let's just shuffle a little. We put them in the middle, but let's just shuffle. And all right. And now we're going to take a look at the purple fairy for those of you who picked this one. All right. Let's put this fairy here. Today we have an entire army of fairies. I try to create different ways, things that you may enjoy, but I think I may have put a bit too many. All right, let's set the intention. All right, please give us guidance for our work, career, professional life, projects, the main guidance, the obstacles or challenges that can be turned into opportunities and the next step forward. And we ask in love, in light, for our greatest good. And so it is. All right. And wow, 3 cards wanted to come out. We're going to honor this. Obstacles, 1 card, and the opportunities right now, and 1 card. Okay, let's see, because we always try to honor whatever wants to come out. So 1, 2, and 3. And who answers our call? And look at this. Look what we have right here. So this is the Magician. You got the Magician in this card that it's letting you know, wow, wow, wow. Look at this. It is like being the Magician, because it is not the major arcana, the Magician, but it is that one, right? So in a way, you are the Magician. This is saying you have this amazing opportunity coming, right? And take the one, be the Magician, be the one that makes these things happen. So there is energies around for a major opportunity right now. And taking the one with intention, knowing where you're going, right? It has a great potential for manifestation, for things to come to life, right? So first thing, set intention. Remind yourself about this energy around in which you become the great magician in a way, right? And the Knight of Cups adds to this. All right, take steps forward, right? Make sure that what you're doing, any action that you take towards the thing you want, is being guided by love. So in the sense of, do things that you love, right? There is an energy of that you can make things happen even more powerfully. We all can, but at this time, think of yourself as a magician with that magic wand. But the steps that you take, any actions that you take, any decisions that you make to be towards things that you love. And the reason for that is because you do not want to, if you have this power of manifestation right now, you do not want to be creating things that do not make you happy, that it's not what you really want, that it's not things that you love. So set a clear intention, write down what are your next steps, and make sure that your intention is resonating with what you love, right? And how it does the world add to this, right? So here we have that the major advice comes from like all the magic within you right now. It is saying, make sure that the steps you take, decisions you make, and choices are with love. But what does the world, major arcana here, what does the world add to this? And the world is telling you that some cycles are closing, some things are coming to an end as you move forward, but not in a bad way. So the opportunity, the energetical opportunity that you have in your hands to make things happen is very powerful right now. So you need to make any decisions with love and knowing, walking towards things that you care about, and know that some cycles are gonna end because of this. When one door opens, uh, it's usually because some things come to an end, but it's not a bad ending, it's not a sad ending. It's just letting you know that the energies are shifting so much that you're presented with this great opportunity in which you have to take action and make sure it's aligning with the things that you love, but it's also closing cycles. So this new opportunity energetically that's entering is closing some important cycles in a good way, not in a bad way. Now, let's look at what challenges that can become opportunities. And this is a very positive card. We have the 10 of Pentacles, Earth element, and look, it's a card that says things are going very well, right? So what does the 10 of Pentacles, this spirit, guide us toward? What's the advice here? And it is about realizing what are blessings in your life. So if one of your challenges is not realizing that everything, absolutely everything, even uh, the things that are not working like we want, can become a blessing in a way, can become a blessing. And this is not to invalidate any bad things that have happened or take the importance down. No, this is to say there is a lot of good. There is a lot of things in your life that are worth it, right? Just make sure to see them. This is what the card is saying. Just make sure to see them, to be grateful for them, right? Even if there are cycles that are closing, if there are new opportunities that are coming, remember the things that really matter as you move forward, and remember the blessings and remember the lessons, right? You have a 10 here, you have the world. So some things are really ending, but ending in a positive note because the energy is moving forward in a very positive way. But make sure you realize the blessings and the good lessons that you bring forward with you. All right. Now, what do we see? What is the next step that we are recommended to take, right? That the tarot suggests for us. And it is the four. We have a four of wands, this beautiful card again. So you're getting very pretty cards. And the four of wands is about foundation. It's the energy of a four. It is a structure. So as you are moving forward with a new energy of new opportunities, and focusing on things that you love, moving forward with that, closing some cycles, right? Remembering the lessons and remembering the blessings. Make sure that the first step moving forward is to create a stable foundation, right? To make sure, and this is kind of supporting this Knight of Cups that's telling you move from love, right? Make sure that the one that you're taking in your hands, that Big creation is towards the things that you love, towards creating a stability around you and your work, right? So, new energy is entering your professional life. Make sure that you move towards things that you love, that you close some cycles, that you understand that this new energy is going to close some cycles and some things are going to stay behind. But remember the lessons, remember all the blessings that you have around your professional life and all the resources you have moving forward, right? And make sure you create stability. And stability could be for you making sure you have the benefits, the finances in order. All these things could create good stability, good rapport with your boss, that your project, if you are an entrepreneur and it is your project that's taking over, that you have all the bureaucratic parts, all the licensing, the business account, all the things that need to be done. So lay that good foundation, that stability, that structure for things to build. Very good cards. So think of yourself as a magician, all right? Because it is a very good reading. Now let's see what the manifestation cards bring. All right. Please add a message that we may need moving forward that can give us some extra guidance to our work, career, and professional life in love and light for our greatest good. So let's see here. All right. And you got two cards. So let's begin with number one. Think more about what you want. The only reason anyone is not living the life of their dreams is because they are thinking more about what they do not want than what they want. The truth is, if you only thought about what you wanted, that's all you would ever get. And this is kind of supporting this. That's what this is telling you. You know, think about the things that you want, right? You have this amazing energy around your professional life, but it is about moving and not only moving, but thinking about the things that you want, not what you don't want. Very, very, very interesting. Now, the other message is, am I aware? One way to become more aware is to stop and ask yourself, what am I thinking now? What am I feeling now? Or you can ask yourself, am I aware? The moment you ask, you are aware because you have brought your mind back to the present moment. And this card goes perfectly with this other one because it is telling you to think about the things that you want. Move towards the things that you love. Remember the intention and the power that you have in your hand. So reminding yourself to bring you back into the present moment often throughout the day. What am I thinking about? Where is my intention? What are the things that you want? Bring yourself back to the present moment mindfully, all right, to create that stability. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Beautiful cards. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Somebody may need to hear it. Remember that by subscribing to the channel, getting your notifications, you will also get reminders for all the weekly videos that we have coming, right? So Mondays we have work and career, but Sundays we have the energy forecast. Tuesday we have love and relationships, and Wednesdays we have oracle messages, and Thursdays we have a chakra reading, while Fridays we do have the weekend messages. So make sure you're getting the notifications checked, and also there are daily shorts. And this is a collective general reading. So if you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, reach out. I love answering questions about my work. You can get a pre-recorded reading sent directly into your email. That can be a video or audio, or book your private live session with me, all right, through my website. So have a fantastic rest of your week and brightest blessings.